Hello and welcome to this Nebulous Fleet Command Skirmish. I'm your host Grumforks, and today we will be taking my fleet, which is starter, to Oaks, versus the Battleship and the frigate. So, this is the setup. I'm gonna be choosing the Cliff, Annihilation, and then we're gonna proceed with the deployment. There you go. I'm just suggesting where I'm going to be placing the groundwork ship's moral failing and the value judgment. Not that I have a good one, that is. There we go, ships coming in. Oh, I love this site. This looks amazing. By the way, guys, sorry that it's been so long since my, review. I was actually trying to I played it quite a lot, but the thing was, I was trying to have an episode where I didn't completely embarrass myself and look like a total and utter noob, and this episode is actually the first attempt of semi-decent gameplay. As always, what I would really love if some of you are actually the Nebulous Fleet Command players, to look at my gameplay and please comment what I'm doing wrong, because I have played it not so much in multiplayer as much as I did a little bit skirmish. However, I did observe a few matches, and apparently, I saw that a lot of players are a whole different level than I am. However, I don't know. So if you can, take a look, let me know, give me some tips, tricks to help me get further along, because I really love this game. The game looks awesome, it plays quite fun, but when it comes to, weapons, when it comes to weapons usage, how to approach them, that comes from the experience. And there have been some players that have been playing, betas and whatnot, and they actually know how to play it right. I'm actually, I'm just guessing. However, I really do like it, and the game has quite a steep learning curve, I've got to tell you that. So, yeah, I'm still getting used to the commands, but hopefully if you guys like this episode enough, there will be more of the Nebulous Fleet Command videos, because I really do enjoy playing it. I just suck at it. Alright, with that thing out of the way, we have the moral failing and the value judgment. Not my names, however, I'm fighting against an AI with two ships that I did design, and that is basically one battleship, which is the Grumforks ship Max Bemble, and that one is primarily, I think, a railgun battleship, so it's designed for, a standoff fight with a missile frigate, which is supposed to be basically the screener, detector, and whatnot. So the idea is that when I was designing that other fleet was that this missile frigate would find out the contact, and then basically the Max Bemble would slug it out with railguns from afar. However, I have taken, as you can see, the starter fleet, which is basically two of the heavy battle cruisers. And actually, I thought those would be a nice counter to my actual fleet, because those are brawlers. They're supposed to go get in tight, and then just do the heavy brawling and slug it out with enemy warp ships. So what I'm hoping to happen is that I manage to actually eventually win over my battleship. However, that's hard, because that thing has a metric crap ton of hit points. So, while we've watched my two of the moral failing and value judgment ships going on further, and I'm gonna keep them in tight formation, because they have mostly, I think one of them has flak point defenses, another one has the, Gatling guns. I haven't used the laser ones, I don't know if they're any good. Let me know in the comments, obviously. And let's see how do we fare. So, let's see how do we do. Going onwards, and I'm planning on going up top and then over the rock. Hopefully I will manage to find some enemy contacts.
Send traffic.
As weapons, we have main guns with mainly high explosive shells, but I've also secured that I pack some armor piercing, because, well, it's a default loadout, so please don't judge me. Like I said, I am yet to understand how you do battles with these ships, let alone how to design them. I was trying to actually get a video out on how to design warships, and that's how I constructed the opposing fleet, and then I realized I don't know first thing about it. So yeah, I have to learn. Look at those ships. I mean, I really love the potential footage. I would really love if I could remove all these green lines so that we just get to enjoy the raw looks of these magnificent ships. But yeah, even if I hide UI, some of the lines still remain. So yeah, and as you can see, we are slowly actually drifting to the side, and that's because the side thrusters are firing. So we are at, oh, we have a contact. Okay, range 7,126 meters, 7 kilometers out. All right, and another one is, oh, I guess it's a missile frigate. You can tell by a lot of the missiles that, well, they're firing. All right. And there we go, our flag defenses is firing up, so hopefully... No, actually I misjudged. Both of the ships have flag defenses. Yeah, look at that. Oh, some of those are starting to hit its mark. Okay, that's not good. I'm actually gonna order you, value judgment, to move the position, and moral failing is actually really failing at point defenses. Whoa, look at that. So that one has taken the full blunt force of the missile barrage, and now here comes the railguns. So both of them are here, and okay, let's just lock the target and start slugging it out. There we go, that's the missile frigate. Main guns hit it with high E shells. And the first one is actually... No, wait, the first one is being locked. So the first one is the battleship. I'm targeting apparently the battleship. Maybe I should actually switch targets to the missile frigate, because that one, I mean, ultimately it has fired all its missiles, so it's no longer that dangerous, but it's still a pain in the rear, so I don't know. I'm gonna start slugging it out with a missile frigate. It shouldn't take that much amount of, you know, damage to take her out. Look at that. She is already seeing some explosions happening. Look at those. Oh, this is gorgeous. Boom, boom. There we go. Look at them impacting. And she is already venting atmosphere. Now that's the engagement that I'm looking for. So I figured the battleship has railguns, which means at close proximity he will be equally as deadly as from afar, because those are just slugs passing through the components. Not to say they can inflict a lot of damage, but still, my point being that we can actually do a lot more damage. It's more about our guns than theirs, because our guns can do a lot more damage and are more accurate when brawling. So, yeah. I've decided to actually switch the targets so that we first take out... Ouch! That hurt a little bit. Okay, let's take out the... There we go, look at that shellacking. Alright, move to position over there, and soon enough I should be switching targets. I'm guessing that the frigate is... Well, the engines have stopped, meaning is it... No, the control is still blue, meaning that people are still in control. Once it gets yellow, that means that it has failed significantly. So let's see. Come on, you can do it. Oh, look at that, beautiful. I really love these scenes. Come on. Kaboom! Oh, there we go. Escape pods being launched, which means it has gone the way of the dodo. Alright, time for switching targets. Let's lock the Max Bamble. There we go, and start slugging it out towards it. What? Main guns, what is this? Okay, wait. Hold on, I need to switch targets. Alright, track, aim, shoot. There we go. Moral failing, use your main guns and hit that target. And by that target I mean now the battleship, since we have taken out the frigate out of commission. Yes. It's not a quick, decisive victory that I was hoping for against the frigate. It still took some shellacking, and it managed to fire its missiles, so I'm not really happy with it. But, I mean, I do have brawler, so, yeah. What can you say? Moral failing. Okay, you still... We are in trouble. I mean, we have fires, and our fire crews are actually handling the process. However, we are actually... The value judgment is doing pretty nice, though. Okay, just shoot as much as you can. Not HE shell, AP shell, please. And then, yeah, there we go. So we are switching to armor-piercing ammo because I have a feeling that the high-explosive shells are not doing much against the target as heavily armored as the battleship. For those, ultimately, maybe even railguns would be better to slug it out because those go directly, you know, through the armor and through the components, damaging them inside. However, armor-piercing rounds will do the trick, I guess. So, we are getting ready for the brawl. Yes. Oh, come on. Moral failing. Yeah, it's a good name. The morals are definitely failing in this fight. What I'm looking for now, I would really give everything to have a nice complement of missiles to launch a salvo at the Max Bamble. I think that would be ultimate solution, but okay, let's go. You form up on the moral failing, so I don't need to, you know, actually manage both ships. As you can see, my micro is terrible. Don't judge me, I've been set up, I've been born this way, so my micro is terrible. That's why actually when I'm playing games like Bomber Crew or Space Crew, I suck ass. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, let's take a look at this. It's holding, the range is holding steady at 2.7 kilometers, which is decent enough. And, well, we have Citadel CIC, Spyglass Cannon, yeah. I just don't want it to go out of range, and oh, it's hitting me dead on. Come on. The Value Judgment, though, is, since it's being the second ship, that's my main, you know, slugger. That's supposed to be taking out the Max Bamble, hopefully. The main thing, the main problem that I'm having in the game is actually rotating and positioning the ships so that most of my guns can fire. So as you can see here, the moral failing has only one cannon that's capable even of firing, and I'm making sure that it's pointing prograde towards the Max Bamble. While the Value Judgment has all three, so with that one you really have to micro in terms of how that one is being turned around and positioned, because right now I'm firing only with one gun, and I'm trying to just rotate it so that at least 2 and maybe even 3 guns are firing. And in order to do so, I think I need to get to the position where I'm directly above the ships, so I'm firing broadside. That's the plan. So, but clearly my captain has a different idea. It's doing a barrel roll. Oh my, you don't say. Dude, we do the barrel roll after we have won the combat. You understand? So, yeah, please. Oh boy. Well, the moral failing is still receiving the railgun shellacking. However, it's still managing to stay in the fight. Look, a lot of the internal components are busted, but she is still fighting. I mean, you gotta give it a big applause to the crew of moral failing. They are not failing today. Now, when it comes to Value Judgment, it has started to bombard the engines of the Max Bamble, which is, I guess, a good thing. What I'm trying to bomb is the reactor. However, one thing that I'm missing here in this game is targeting individual subsystems. Because then what I could go for, I could take railguns, for example, and I would say, aim for the reactor. Take that son of a bee down. And if you manage to hit the reactor, boom! The fleet is done. So, yeah, I'm missing the ability to target subsystems, because in this way, the shells are just going willy-nilly wherever my, you know, gunner feels like it. So that's one thing that I would like ultimately to fix. There we go, Value Judgment. Come on. Oh, now we have a good placing. And look, all 3 cannons are hopefully gonna fire. Main guns, AP shells. What? Hit it.
Yeah, we see them.
There we go. Come on. Kaboom. Okay, apparently we're gonna orbit around this area in this direction. Keep the level plane, good. So that at least we can always keep our guns pointed to the ship, to the enemy ship. So, Now we're talking about some good old shellacking. So yeah, moral failing is... it's still struggling. I mean, I would say the winner of this fight is Grumfork's ship Moral Failing. It manages to get so much damage, but still it dishes out. Okay, the cannon is now disabled. Bollocks. So try to fix it, please, if possible. That would be really nice. Damage crews, come on. I'm still trying to understand the micro of this damage cruise. I mean, obviously there are internal components that I'm trying to fix, but I'm really bad under fire. There we go. Okay, 2 of the cannons cannot fire. Oh, don't you be getting out of my sights. I mean, okay. Tell you what. Value Judgment, you turn around, while the Moral Failing, you have another mission. Your mission is, well, I don't want to say suicide ship, but you will need to go and approach as close as possible to the Max Bamble. Because I need somebody to paint the target while the Value Judgment is passing on the judgment. Alright? So, you go there, you go down, you get in close and keep the target lit for me. Will you? Please. Thank you. The Value Judgment is orbiting, so it's actually trying to point its guns somewhere, but I'm thinking now maybe I should get in closer, because look, at this range, I don't know even if I'm hitting the target. I don't know if the shots are connecting. Well, there are some secondary explosions there, which means they could be connecting, so that's a good thing, right? Well, let's hope so. Alright, so, anyway, let's see how do we do. Come on, Value Judgment, you can do it. Some nice shellacking, and I mean, ultimately this is gonna turn into a slugfest. The only question that remains is if I'll have enough actually ammunition to be able to do any significant damage to the Max Bamble. Hopefully, I mean, it has railguns, so it has more slugs than I have, but okay, Value Judgment has starting to receive a little bit of shellacking. However, yeah, there are some impacts and the crew is not at all concerned. I am being targeted though, which is a little bit disconcerting, but nothing out of, no big problems, I would say. So Moral Failing is recovering a little bit. We are getting a lot more damage on the Value Judgment. However, the Value Judgment is also pointing... Why are you pointing your rear thrusters at the guy? I mean, maybe because I told it to orbit. Okay, this is now actually a bad orientation. Let's give it another move order. Let's roll like this. So more of my cannons are pointing in the right way, hopefully.
Understood.
Yeah, the roll order seems to be okay, just you need to actually turn. I mean, stop faffing around. I have a track. Okay, Moral Failing is pointing in the right direction, we just need to get it further down. Apparently... is there like a follow order? Because that would be mighty fine. For example, move, follow my target.
Standing by.
I don't want to form up on the guy. I just want to, you know, follow that guy and shellac him.
No, take us in.
Alright. Okay, turn around and let's see if we manage to get more of our guns pointed at the target. So now he has escaped my range of fire, which is ultimately not a good thing. So none of my cannons can fire. Yeah, these heavy cruisers are really bulky, but then again he's in a battleship, so he is way less... Oh, there we go. Double salvo. Any explosions? 2? 2 out of 4? I'll take it. Oh, there we go. Come on. That's nice. Oh, look at that barrage. Oh yeah. Take it in, baby. There you go. Well, it's venting atmosphere, that's for sure. It's not being disabled, and both of mine are coming. The value judgment is shellacking it quite nicely, while the moral failing is coming in to be the bait, basically, the target. So, all guns on deck, come on. Hit him where it hurts. Armor piercing shell and lock him up. Why are you not locking him up?
Aye, aye.
Okay, lock him up. Yeah, you don't... Also, this is a tragedy if you consider the moral failing has a lot more ammunition, which it cannot fire because its guns are disabled. While the value judgment is actually almost getting a little bit lower on the ammo. I mean, it still has some, but it's getting lower. So another feature that I would suggest to the devs to implement, if somehow you could, I don't know, beam or transfer or send a shuttle with some ammunition from one ship to the other, because when you run out of ammo, that's it. I mean, game over. So, yeah, that's another suggestion that might be interesting for the devs. I don't know. Just an observation here. So, okay, move, roll. I need to roll this. Come on. Ultimate, I mean, the name of the game in, I think, Nebulous Fleet Command is bringing your guns to bear. Ultimately, I'm not nearly on the level for the missiles, but when it comes to the slugfest, it's bringing your guns to bear, because when they're bearing correctly, you get to dish out quite a lot of damage on the enemy ship. And it's also about the choice of the correct weapon and ammunition type, because clearly in this, I mean, slugfest, I could have gone much better if I have chosen, for example, a beam weapon, missiles, or maybe even railguns, because the armor on this battleship is so tough that I don't know if I'm making a dent actually. I'm probably disabling some of its own systems, but how much I have no idea. And once I'm out of the AP guns, then maybe there will be enough holes that my high explosive shells will be able to do some additional damage. Or at least I'm hoping that it will be the case. So come on. Keep it coming. So, as I said, this will quickly turn into a slugfest where ultimately people will just, you know, fire and fire and fire and fire until there's no ammo left. Okay, I'm out of armor piercing shells. Oh boy. Well, not entirely out of, but soon I will be out of the armor-piercing shells. Yeah, well... Noob mistakes, right? I mean, my point B here was actually, I was trying to be pretty blunt. Hit him more than he hits me. Usually, I mean, in all engagements, that's a good strategy, and hit him where it hurts. Well, that I have completely missed. If I had just one railgun, that would have probably been a lot better for me. However, well, you do what you can do. Okay, it has some damage on some of the rear thrusters, and oh, look at this. I mean, it's not even venting atmosphere. Come on. There you go. Hit it. Hit it where it hurts. Yeah, come on. By the way, guys, if you're liking this type of engagement, do let me know by hitting that like button that we all know and love. And if you want to see more, do let me know in the comments below. I mean, I'm actually noob and I'm terrible at this game. But I think I actually like it. It has some sort of a feel of midway between, you know, space battles, of like homeworld, and also a little bit of, you know, guns positioning that I've been accustomed to in naval action when I was playing it. So bringing your guns to bear, that gives a little bit of that vibe, and I'm actually really enjoying that. And I saw some comments that I should be checking Nexus. I might check it at some point, but for the time being I'm just swamped with all the games I want to play and very, very little time to do so, so yeah. We'll see. If there will be enough interest, I might just check it out. I don't know. I may put it into a vote into my community tab, so we'll see. Look out for that if it comes.
Aye, aye.
Alright.
Opponent destroyed.
Come on. Okay, so just to give a brief synopsis. So I have finally managed to get my guns to bear in a good way, and that's mainly 2 out of 3 cannons, which is basically fantastic. And this turned into a slugfest where I've been firing on this guy forever, and it was just soaking up damage and doing nothing. So all in all, this engagement has turned into an unruly slugfest where I was just hitting until ultimately I have completely run out of ammo. Meaning that basically the battleship couldn't fire at me because its guns were almost destroyed. At this point they're still working, but towards the end they got destroyed. I couldn't fire because I didn't have any ammo left, and on the ship where I had the ammo I couldn't fire because the guns were disabled. So you see my conundrum here. So all in all, the game ended up, I decided to cut it here because the game dragged on for another half hour, so I decided to cut it here. Say to enjoy guys with some nice footage. Hope you liked today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.